Okay, let's take a look at the analysis model. Of course, up here on the pull-down menu, it's certainly highlighted. That's because I have access to the analysis model. If you haven't purchased the analysis feature, it's an add-on to the Major League Baseball prediction program. But obviously, I have access, and then you have access to these pull-downs. Just a couple of things, make sure you recognize what is your game day, so that the model is looking at a specific day. So mine is set for, and today is May 6th. And you can see down here, I have accessed and parsed for the latest data this morning on 5/6. Anyway, so under analysis, you can go to matchup analysis, and this screen will come up. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to show the matchups for that game day. Your home team on the left, your away team on the right. It's going to put your first string players in its positions, and you can see your total points for each team. Of course, here they've got Baltimore. The program's got Baltimore on top of Kansas City. And you can see total points 598 versus 435 with players and the team breakdowns. And then this is the differential number of points between the two teams. And there's also numbers here that show the Pythagorean numbers that are for each of those teams. If you're not familiar with that, go ahead and look at your helps. So this analysis page does have help, and you can bring up the analysis page, and you can take a look at that. Now, if you want to cycle through the game up, the matchup for the day, come down here, you hit home, and you'll bring in Red Sox, Boston versus Chicago, and so on. You can Yankees versus the Rangers. So you can cycle through and take a look at what's going on with the matchups. There's also a report. It's team standing report. So this particular report, you can see, make this a little bit bigger. Here you can see the team standings as of 5/6. Okay? And so that's that particular screen. Under analysis, now you can look at these compare matchups for players and the teams for the batting, pitching, and fielding statistics. So let's take a look at the players. And what'll happen now is this screen will come up. If you look at the pull down, of course, you can return. You can go again to launch the help program. You can also launch the glossary for these particular parameters. And settings is you want to save the columns. And let's just look real quick. I don't know if I've ever showed you how to save or change columns. But you can come up here and you can move the column widths around. Notice team, position, and player. They're fixed positions. That's why they're slightly changing color. But if you want to, like, again, change the width of these columns, you want a little bit wider. Once you're done, you want to hit save column, and then for the next time around, it'll when it does a restore on a page, it'll come to that column width. And again, if you look, it's got the game date up here, active strings. And now these parameters, you're seeing the raw numbers that the parsing is pulling in for that player and these parameters. The column that has this yellow background with the red, those are parameters that are negative to the overall points for players. Okay. So the higher this number, the more points that are taken away. You can come down here where it says show weighted value, do a click, and now what will happen is it's actually going to multiply the weighted factor numbers against that raw number, and these would be the numbers that the actual numbers that would be part of the calculation. Again, these that are darkened out those are parameters that are not part of the weighted factor scheme. So they're really not part of developing the points. And down here now you can toggle between, like right now I got player batting. You can go over here to team batting, and you'll see the same thing. The points assigned for team batting against the teams. And the way these teams are laid out, they are the matchup. So the first two are playing each other, right? It's every other two. That's the matchup for that particular game date. So, for example, down here, the Yankees are playing the Rangers on the 6th. And then these are the numbers. And again, you can go to team pitching. Same thing. And remember, the yellow with the red text, there, the higher the number, the more points that are being taken away from the team. Okay? And as I mentioned, you can click over here to glossary. It'll shoot over and show you the glossary. Okay. Toggle over to raw, and that's those pages. And then the last part of the analysis, there's reports for team and player. Let me show you one. Here's the batting again for the team. And I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And again, this is the team analysis, and it's going to show the numbers sorted by hits against the teams. So again, you can come down and you can look and see who's got the max. All the red is the max number for that particular parameter. Okay? And that's that. So that's the analysis for the Major League Baseball program.